Welcome back to the channel. Today, Echoes Act 1 is out. There's a few quests available from Failsafe, and one of them has an infinite time glitch in because it is a time trial for at least half of the mission anyway. You can get the very easy first half completed, and then everything else is just down to time, which we'll talk about as we're going through. But one of them is called Encoded Log, and this is the one you want. When you go down to Nessus, we landed at Artifact's Edge. You're going to find those little Radiolarian towers. You go over to them and it'll give you a decoder buff. Then you need to find a plate on the floor nearby, stand on it, and it will start to give you clues and hints on where to go to next. For instance, one of them read tangled between fissure and dust, and something about going above the growth. So if you look on the map, you can see that the fissure is in the top left-hand corner by Watcher's Grave. So you need to go to Watcher's Grave and go around. I don't know whether everyone gets the exact same clues or not, but this is what we got. If you just look at what the hints are and match it to what's on the map, you can find where to go next. We found the next one in Watcher's Grave, pretty much at the top of a tree on the higher level. So that means above the growth. That's what it meant by that. Then the next one we got was the Echoing Well finds purchase in the network. You want to carry on into the Tangle from where you are, and you will see that the Well of Echoes in the corner. You go through a portal and you do some stuff in there. I'm not going to tell you where to go because through the Well of Echoes it's pretty much a linear straight run. You want to go all the way through until you drop down, and there's a Minotaur called Argus, Firewall Guardian in the center. He's shielded up, and loads of little blowy up guys will come out to try to kill you. If you look around the room, jump up, look inside behind walls and behind pillars and stuff, you'll find those square little boxes that you need to shoot. Once you shoot them and take down the shield, you kill the Minotaur, and a place will open up for you to go to find the mission Enigma Protocol. And basically this quest is timed. Now as you're going through this quest, you'll find these little yellow diamonds that you can shoot to add 30 seconds onto all of your time. And it's a bit tricky, especially because it's a higher power level. But if you wanted to get this done, at least the very first half of the actual mission has an infinite time glitch. I'm going to tell you how to do it. So you're going to spawn in, and straight ahead of you is basically like a little runway of broken bridges to get to the next area. There's loads of enemies here and stuff. Now, if you're doing this actual without the time glitch, you just need to run past these enemies and not kill them. Find all the yellow diamonds you need to shoot to get the extra time, and run through. The next area we'll talk about in a second. However, the infinite time glitch, if you want it to work, is one of your team needs to stay in that first area. So it happened to us by accident, and then I figured out that, oh, it's because DPJ had died in the first room and not went through that process, which didn't start the timer. So two of your team run over the bridge, jump through and go through the portal. One of your team stays back. As soon as they're through the portal, that person needs to kill themselves. They can blow themselves up or jump off, but don't respawn whatsoever. Just stay dead with the respawn there ready to go. Eventually you'll get pulled up to that next room, and that means that the timer will not start. That gives you a whole big chunk of time to do all the mechanics and get to the area where unfortunately the time will kick back in. Now that next room that you get pulled up to and you've stopped the timer from happening, you can still collect all of the yellow diamonds if you want, but there are little things on the floor that you need to stand in while holding the ball. The ball will charge with radiolite circuit charge. That means that once this is full, you put it into where it needs to go into, and it will start the next part of the mission. I'm not entirely sure what the mechanics are here, because sometimes you'd stand in a pool and it would disappear straight away. Other times you can stand in there for a long time, so I don't know whether that is random. If you're doing this normally and you need more time, you will find little pools around with like a circle symbol on them, like a little traveler symbol. That is for you to spawn an enemy that you can kill, which gives you 30 seconds. So whenever you see them around, you should be jumping into them and killing the enemy that comes from standing in them. That'll give you an extra 30 seconds. All of these yellow diamonds are hidden, like there's one down underneath in the center, there's some hiding behind pillars, so you really need to look to find them. However, once you've gone around all these areas and you've charged the ball to full, you can choose one of the little circuits to place the ball into. We just did the one closest to where you spawn, so the footage you'll see on my screen right now is going that way. I don't know whether the other ways where you can slam the ball have different patterns, but for us, this is the way to do it. But if you've done the infinite time glitch, you can just go through this at your own leisure, at your own pace, and not worry about it too much. Basically, it's just a jumping puzzle. After a long jumping puzzle, you'll go through a portal and you'll get to a section where it says destroy the choral denial agents 0 out of 9. If you look up into the sky, you're going to see some shielded harpies that aren't moving. You basically just need to go around, kill all the enemies, get balls to drop, throw the balls at them. Simple as that. You'll swap from the left hand side of the room to the right hand side of the room because that's where those circuit keepers will spawn. I think they start on the left, you kill them there, then you go to the right. I think one also spawns in the middle. Basically just rinse and repeat until you've got all 9 of the harpies blown up. After that's done, basically it's just a free roam now, because if you've done the infinite time glitch, you don't have to worry about time whatsoever. You go through, you do another little jumping puzzle, then you go through and race on a racetrack with your sparrow, and then you'll get to an area where your first lot of loot drops, and you will come back to this room and get a second lot of loot once you've completed the mission. But however, this is where the timer ends, which is a shame. But what you need to do now is rush through the next area. You're going to get 8 minutes in this room where the loot is. You want to hit all the radiolite towers and activate the portal and go through that portal. Now you just run, you don't kill any of the enemies, you shoot any time things that you can see. But basically you're going to run and do a little bit of a jumping puzzle. There'll be some lasers, you jump over the lasers, you jump through the middle of the lasers. We've done this before in the past, so if you recognize it, you're going to know what to do. Grab the mobility enhancement pool if you can, because it allows you to jump higher over the enemies and obviously move faster. And then you get to the next encounter, which is Break Vex encryption pods. In this area, you're going to get a whole bunch of harpies flying around and one big hydra. I recommend taking that hydra out just so it's a little bit easier, because it's just really annoying. But if you look around up in the sky, there are purple lights around. I know it looks purple in general, but you have to see a specific purple. These are things that need to be shot and they will drop motes. You collect those motes, 20 of them, and you slam them into where you need to slam them into. Unfortunately, if you die while holding motes, they disappear. So make sure you're not dying or just have one person running around collecting them all while everyone else is killing ads. They constantly spawn in the pretty much the same position where you first shoot them. So just look out for them, shoot them, they drop all the motes. Not too difficult, but you have to do it fast, because the next area is a big boss, a big scary boss. Before that boss though, there's a little bit more of a jumping puzzle where you're going down and sliding on things. Just make sure you time your jumps well, because sometimes I went flying off the edge of the slide and went flying off and dying. So pretty much just be careful where you're jumping. It's not too difficult. It's very straightforward. You can find out where you're going fairly easy. It's quite linear. Then you get into the room with anigimatos, indecipherable protomind. It's basically a big massive protomind minotaur in the middle of the room. You need to kill this as soon as possible. You can see he has loads of different sections to his health bar. Every time you hit one of those notches, he's going to teleport to somewhere else in the room. But because there is a part after this boss where you need to escape, you need as much time as possible. So make sure you're just focusing all your damage on this boss. Pop your supers, pop your heavies, just do as much as you can. If someone dies, they can respawn themselves in 5 seconds, so you don't even need to worry about rezzing your teammates. Just put as much damage on the boss as possible. Get him done and kill him. After you kill this boss, you will have to do another little racetrack thing. Now you need about 45 seconds to be able to complete this raceway. So as long as you're getting out of the boss with 1 minute 20 left, you're going to have plenty of time to actually get to the end. And then when you get to the end, you get all the loot and stuff. And that's one of the 2 missions from failsafe done. Make sure you do that infinite time glitch now while it's still in the game, just to make the first half a little bit easier, because I feel the first half is actually a lot harder than the second half of the actual activity. So yeah, thank you for watching. I've been easynow. You guys have been awesome.